Hi, my name is Marietta Mehanni, and this week's Gymstick tip is going to work our quads, going to work your hamstrings, and towards the end we're going to add upper body as well. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place the right end of my Gymstick on the floor and cross it over to the opposite side. Okay, so my bands are now crossed. Now place this end, which is the left end, right? This is the left side of your body, and push it as far away from you as possible. Now, if you've got a wooden floor, if you're working on tiles, you probably need to put a non-slip mat underneath the end, otherwise it's going to move around. On this type of matting or carpet, it's not a problem. So, you push the end of the stick as far away as you can and place the opposite end near your hip. Now, that's important because that helps keep it still. If you hold the Gymstick up like that, if you're an instructor, watch your clients, they will do this, it's not stable, it's going to move around. So you want to hold the Gymstick here, and you've got one hand sort of pushing against the stick, the other one sort of holding it in place, and it will keep it perfectly still as you move the bottom leg, or the leg that it's attached to. So you're looking at the band along the floor. I'm going to be moving my right leg to the side. So I'm going to do a hip abduction. So you should feel this fairly quickly in the muscles around the hip and what we call our abductors, yeah? Hip abductors. So lifting the leg out to the side. Try and keep the body as upright as possible, and for 30 seconds, see if you can keep your foot off the floor the entire time. Yep, so we're going to go up and down for 30 seconds. Now, if you're an instructor, this is a tip that you also might want to talk about in your workout. Talk about lifting up quick and releasing slowly. And the feet do not need to come together. So you can hold tension in the bands to make it even more effective. So we do that exercise for 30 seconds. The second exercise is we're going to bring that stick forwards on a diagonal. So it's at 90 degrees to my body. So if this is 90 degrees here, yep, that's at 45, right? So I'm on a diagonal. So if that's 12 o'clock, it would be at 10 o'clock or 10:30, right, at that point. So now the leg's going to still go out to the side, but back slightly. So I'm going to take it up, out, and bring it back in again. Lift, curl, out, down. Lift, curl, out, down. Now, the purpose of taking the stick forwards is that if I just go side on slightly, you'll see it. If I have the stick directly to the side, as I do that leg curl, the band sort of rubs against my thighs, it can be a little uncomfortable. So if we push the stick forwards on a 45-degree angle, as I bend my knee, that band goes nowhere near my body and actually increases the intensity. So 45-degree angle away from the body, lift, curl, out, down. Oh my goodness, it is quite challenging. You'll definitely feel this around the buttocks and the outside of the hip. So we do that for 30 seconds. Ideally, lifting the leg up as high as you can before you bend the knee for the curl, and then controlling the descent. So as the band shortens, you've got control over that as you lower it down. So you try and do as many as you can in 30 seconds without touching the floor. And then the final exercise is you grab hold of the Gymstick with the bands still crossed. Yeah? You're holding the stick here at your chin. You're going to lift the leg out to the side, bend the knee, lengthen out, and back down again. And you're going to try and do as many as you can in 30 seconds whilst keeping that right leg off the floor the whole time. If you're an instructor, an important cue is to tell people to fully straighten out their arms. So they fully extend out the elbows before they bend that knee and bring the feet together. Whew. Now the bands are going to rub on the front of the thigh, but it shouldn't be uncomfortable. And you want to lift the leg up as high as you possibly can. It's quite challenging. You'll definitely feel this in most parts of your body, particularly all the way down that right side. So you do that for 30 seconds. And then when you go to change sides, you don't need to uncross the bands or anything. All you do is place the opposite end on the floor and then repeat the same activity. Because all that matters is the bands stay crossed, not which way they're crossed. So you don't need to uncross and do something else that's different. Just place the opposite end on the floor and lift that leg up and down. And then you bring it forwards on that diagonal, lift and curl, okay, and then add the shoulder press. So great balance exercise. That's not too hard because you've got the stick to also support you. Great outer leg workout, so great for the hip abductors and glutes. And then we've got that nice little shoulder activity at the end. And that's this week's Gymstick tip.